Alright, so pretty much all of us nowadays have our smartphones with us at all times. They're often the first thing we interact with in the morning and the last before bed. Heck, they're with us for some of our most private moments. For better or worse, our phones are with us at all times. And the whole purpose of these things is to make our lives easier, right? So that got me thinking from a videographer's perspective. If I'm never without my phone, how can I put it to work for me to make my videography better? Let's talk about that. Now, before we get into using your phone on a shoot, let's talk pre-production. I am always using my phone to jot down different notes about ideas for shots that I get, or if I have a thought pop into my head that I want to save for later. I kid you not, the idea for this video came to mind just before I was getting into bed, and had I not taken a moment to jot down a note in my phone, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now, and what a shame that would be. Now, as far as pre-production goes, two different softwares that I use day in and day out are Milanote and Notion. There's no sponsorship here. I just genuinely enjoy using both of these tools and find myself coming back to them daily. Planning videos, organizing my thoughts, creating mood boards for different short films or videos that I'm planning on working on, and nearly anything else pre-production related. And while these tools can fully be used on the computer, and really that's where they shine, they both have mobile apps. So anytime I'm on the go, I can still save ideas that pop into my head or collaborate with others who are working on projects with me. This also means that while I'm in the field or actively filming something, I can easily whip out my phone to pull up a script or remind myself of some of the ideas that I had put together during the pre-production stage. This isn't going to change the way that you film, but it's all about reducing friction in your workflow and making things operate as smoothly as possible. And using tools like Milanote and Notion as part of your pre-production workflow can really make the shooting and editing process much, much easier. And both of these are available directly on your phone. Next, and probably the most obvious way that you can use your phone from a videography perspective, is as an on-camera monitor. Now, don't get me wrong, the built-in flip screen on your camera is just fine, and you should never let it stop you from creating something awesome. But it's usually a little bit small and can be sort of cumbersome to use, unless, of course, you're the Nikon ZR. There's no reason to waste the nice 6 or 7 inch display that we have in our pocket when we can just strap it on top of the camera and use it as a monitor. This comes at no extra cost to you, and the cherry on top is that the display on your phone is likely much better than the one that you're going to get in an on-camera monitor, unless you're shelling out thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, the whole process for this and how well it works can vary quite a bit depending on your camera manufacturer and the monitoring app that you get for your phone, but I personally shoot on Sony, and there's a great monitoring app called Monitor Plus, which is a little limiting with the free version, but for just $20, you can unlock the full version, and this gives you access to so many different monitoring tools like zebras, focus peaking, false color, guides and grids, you name it, 3D LUT support, all of these things come included, and really it has a lot of the same monitoring tools and functionality that are available on other professional on-camera monitors. And an additional plus is your phone is significantly smaller, thinner, and lighter weight than a lot of the other on-camera monitors available, and you can use the built-in battery on your phone and don't need to mount an additional battery to your phone. And now, I'm sure you've heard it a million times, and it's totally cliche at this point, but the saying stands true over and over again. The best camera is the one you have with you. We've reached a point in 2026 where high-end smartphone cameras are incredibly good. I still don't think they'll ever fully replace dedicated photo and video cameras. Feel free to clip that when I get proven wrong in 2050. But nearly every smartphone nowadays is capable of producing an image that's at least usable. And if you're using it mainly to supplement footage shot on a digital video camera, you'd be surprised how easy it is to make it blend in, especially if you're comfortable doing some color grading and tweaking of the image. And some phones nowadays even shoot in 10-bit log and support raw video, which just makes that even more achievable. And the same goes for audio. If you've got a phone from within the last 10 years, there's a good chance the microphone on your phone is significantly better than the one built into your camera. Now, it's not going to replace a dedicated shotgun microphone or a lavalier microphone or anything like that, but if you're in a pinch and need to record some decent quality audio, don't forget about the fact that you have a phone in your pocket. I mean, this thing was literally designed to be spoken into. Not to mention, when you pair your phone with a decent lav mic, it can act as a standalone recorder, almost like you've got a Tascam DR10L in your pocket or something like that. Now, just a quick note on that, if you're using a lavalier mic that wasn't made to connect to a phone, you may need to use an adapter in order to get it to work properly. If it's like a USB-C lavalier mic that was made to work with phones, that'll work great. If it was a wireless lav mic that was designed to work with phones, that'll work just fine. But if you're using like a standard lavalier mic that's been designed to work with cameras and recorders, you may need an adapter to get it to work properly. Just a quick heads up. This allows you to get really, really good audio without carrying around a ton of high-end audio equipment. And it's always important to keep in mind, like I said before, the best camera is the one that you've got on you. But from an audio perspective, usually the best audio is recorded closest to the talent. So if my options are using an on-camera microphone from a camera that's 5 or 6 feet away from me, compared to using my phone and being able to speak directly into it, like you can get some really good audio just speaking straight into your phone, especially if it's for a voiceover situation and you don't have to hide the phone at all. You'd be surprised how good that can sound. So at the end of the day, tech is just tech. A $5,000 camera is not going to make you a better storyteller. A really nice, shiny on-camera monitor won't really make the quality of your videos any better. It's about how you use these tools to allow you to tell the story that you want to tell. But I'm curious, did I miss anything? Is there any way that you can use your phone for videography that I didn't cover in this video? If so, drop it down in the comments and I'd love to have a conversation with you guys there. Also, if you want dedicated, in-depth videos on any of these topics that we talked about today, whether it be pre-production, using your phone as an on-camera monitor, or how you can get the most out of your phone's camera or microphone when recording audio, let me know if you guys would like to see those, and I'll definitely make some follow-up videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.